We come from a tale told long ago, passed on by the waves and the wind. We made it this far together, you know. Come, brothers and sisters, let's sing. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Amim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Amim Gam Yachad. Come gather round and hear the song. If you're the wandering kind, 'cause you can make it alone. But just so you know, we leave no one behind. Our mothers and fathers who weathered the storms were strong in the trials of their times. So we brothers and sisters adore, carry on with this song in our lives. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Yai-da-dai, yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
That is so fun. That's really fun and festive and upbeat. It's really nice. It's fun. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It's nice to see you.
Shabbat Shalom.
So Freudenbergers and Kellers here. The Freudenbergers are on there. Here's Kellers. Kellers, nice. All right, good. Hi, everyone. Hope that you are having a wonderful beginning to your relaxing Shabbat. Hope it's starting now. In a moment, we're going to light some candles and do the Kiddush, and then we're going to continue with our service. I want you to know that our service is going to be particularly upbeat today. And it's really because we're sort of flipping on a couple of things. One is it's tough out there. It's been a week and several. It's been months, and so we want to have like a little bit of an uplift. And believe it or not, we are heading into the week that is supposed to be perhaps the saddest of the Jewish people, heading into the commemoration of the 9th of Av, the 9th day of the Hebrew month of Av. But we're going to kind of flip it a little bit today. So we just want you to know it's going to be particularly upbeat and festive. That being said, speaking of uplifting and festive, Freudenbergers are totally uplifting and festive. So we're going to light some Shabbat candles. I'm going to put the screen up for a second so that you can see where we are, and you can join us if you'd like with page numbers also. So we are on page 2 in your prayer book up here that we're looking at on the screen that you'll see momentarily. Here it is. share my screen. Here it is. Make it a little bit bigger if we can. There we go. And so if you want to follow along with us with the lighting of Shabbat candles, it's on page 2 up here on the screen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. We're in it now. Shabbat has officially started. It's very nice. We're going to continue now with a little kiddush. So we had some candle lighting, and we brought in the Sabbath. The Sabbath bride now gets to hang around with us for the next 25 hours. And we're going to now sweeten our Sabbath with kiddush. It's up here on the screen. The Kellers here are going to join in with me as we do the kiddush. If you're doing the kiddush at home, by the way, we talk about this sometimes. We like to not to hold our kiddush cup like this. We like to hold our kiddush cup like this on Shabbat, because you hold your cup like this all week long when you're holding a cup, and it exposes the rough part of your hand. But on Shabbat, you're relaxing. So sometimes on Shabbat, I like to expose the soft part of my hand and then hold your Shabbat cup like this, if you'd like, as opposed to holding it that other way. So, if you want, it's up here on the screen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'bratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom techila למקראי קודש, זכר יציאת מצרים. ניבאנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Chaim. 74, I think. That was a good one. All right. Bye, Kellers. See you. This Keller is going to stay. Those Kellers are going to go. We are going to continue now, as we usually do, after we light the candles and we drink some wine to feel the sweetness of Shabbat. We move into this beautiful section of Kabbalat Shabbat, this appreciation of the bride, if you will, the sort of imaginary bride that hangs out with us and makes Shabbat sweeter and better and more fun. And so we're going to continue with Kabbalat Shabbat with Psalm 96, which is called Shiru L'Adonai. So I'm going to move over. If you're following along in your own Siddur, we're on page 13, or you can look up here on the page.
Sing to you a new song, sing a song to God.
even if that wasn't enough Shabbatiness for you, we have more. We have more opportunities for us to continue to be in Kabbalah Shabbat and welcome in that Shabbat bride. We're going to continue on this next page if you're following along in your own Siddur, on page 14, all the way at the bottom, Psalm 97. We're going to continue with Or Zarua. That's fun. If you ever went to Jewish summer camp, that's a particularly fun one at Jewish summer camp. Lots of jumping around and lots of clapping, and it was great. Jewish summer camp, Or Zarua, so good. We're going to continue with our sort of the epic piece, if you will, of Kabbalat Shabbat, Lecha Dodi. That's on page 20. If you are following along with us up here on the screen, or in your own Siddur, we'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And if it is your custom to stand, well, we would all stand on verse 9, but since we're home. If it's your custom to stand at home, then you'll stand for the ninth paragraph. If not, no problem. Once again, page 20, Lecha Dodi.
לקראת שבת נקום ונלכה, כי מקור ברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשי במחשבתי, לה 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 דודי, לקראת Toreri, toreri, kiva ore kuniuri, uri shir daberi, kevod Adonai alat miknik na la 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 katodi, likra likatala, bene bene shabbat nekavela, nakala katodi, likra likatala, bene bene shabbat nekavela. This is when we would all greet the Sabbath bride. Oiv shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha u'tzola, tov emunah segula, oiv chalav, la 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 chatoti, tikvat tikvat kala, b'nei b'nei shabbat nekabela, la chatoti, tikvat tikvat kala, b'nei b'nei shabbat nekabela, la 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 chatoti, tikvat tikvat kala, b'nei b'nei shabbat nekabela, la chatoti, tikvat tikvat kala, b'nei b'nei shabbat nekabela.
Well, that was fun. I had a little computer mishap, but everything seems to be okay right now. So that's good. I'm not sure how that happened, but okay. So we got to go through all of Kabbalat Shabbat. And now we get to transition. And with using the great transitioner, we get to transition now away from Kabbalat Shabbat into the regular part of our evening service. And that transitioner is Chatzi Kaddish. So I am going to get the page back up for you because I had a little computer mishap. So I'm going to get the page back up for you momentarily, and we will be able to continue hopefully with the screen. In the meantime, though, if you are just going along in the regular prayer book, then great. We're on page 26. I will put the page back up in a second. We continue with Chatzi Kaddish, page 26.
Yitzkada v'yitzkada shemei rabba, ve'almad divrei chirutei, ve'yamlik malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'chayetecho beit Yisrael, b'gala, b'gala, u'v'zman karib, v'meru amen, yehi shmei rabba mevorach, le'alam olam me'amaya, yitzbarach, yitzbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitzba'ar v'yitrama v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalam, shemei d'kodesha b'richu, le'la min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran ve'alma, v'meru amen.
Continue now with the Baruch Hu, with our call to worship. This is obviously a point in our service where we would stand. So if you would like to stand in your homes or wherever you are, this would be the time to do it. We're on page 28 with the Baruch Hu.
La 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 Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael, Ohev amo Yisrael.
With the word love on our lips, we continue the words of Shema, page 34 and 35.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Hashem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Continue with Hafta here on the top of page 36 on the screen, or of course in your own Siddur. And I think we're going to do a lively one. Aren't we going to do a lively Vahafta?
Yes, we are. If you're watching at home, and I hope you are, please, the girls are going to be showing you the clapping that you'll be doing. Okay, so follow their lead. Ari and Ada, you got to do your job. Okay, all right, here we go.
I'll stand up for this.
You can stand up for that. La 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 la.
That was lively. It's fun. There's a little trombone in the background. There are kids clapping. It's pretty great. Peter, it's pretty great. It's awesome. We're going to continue now, transitioning from Shema Vahafta into little Micha Mocha, connecting us to hopefully a redemptive time. We are seeking that redemptive time. And so if you're following along up here, or you are following along in your own book, we are continuing with Micha Mocha That is on page 40 is where we're going to continue.
Charlotte.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגולה חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל Yisrael. Praise to you Adonai for redeeming Israel. And then of course with the sort of upbeat, really festive service, which we talked about a little bit earlier, is on purpose for us to do something a little upbeat and fun. We're in a really challenging, very odd particular time in the universe. And Jewishly, we are leading up to Wednesday, which is the 9th of Av, the 9th day of the month of Av, which is traditionally the saddest day of the year, which we'll talk about. But really, I mean, no service of this sort of magnitude can be left without proper hashkivenu, which again, if you are a summer camp lover, this is something that you know and love from your Jewish summer camp days, and that is hashkivenu, this idea that God takes care of us as we're sleeping, particularly this melody. We continue on page 42 with hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim, ufros alenu sukat shlomecha, ufros alenu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us, shelter us beneath thy wings. Oh Adonai, guard us from all harmful things. Oh Adonai, keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. Just amen, Alida. Amen. 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 Amen.
here is the beautiful words that remind us that we have to not only observe Shabbat, but be part of Shabbat, create Shabbat. It says in this beautiful prayer up here, Lasot et HaShabbat, which means to do it. We have to take part in it. We have to participate in it. We have to make it different and special and wonderful. And so here's Vishamru. It's some of these. This is something that Ken or Sarah should say, but this is like a Mi Sinai tune. It's like one of these tunes that everyone sort of knows, and you think Mi Sinai, like it came from Sinai, came from a guy named Rothblum. But there's this like a Mi Sinai tune. It's like everyone knows it. You know how sometimes you go visit someone else's synagogue and you're like, they're singing it wrong. But this is a staple. You can't sing this one wrong. Everyone knows this one. Vishamru, top of page 44. It's a lot of buildup for the Vishamru, but okay, here we go.
This is Ada's favorite. Okay, ready, guys? Vishamru. Hashemayim ve'et haaretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat lasot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam u'bayom hashvi Shabbat v'nafash Shabbat v'nafash Shabbat
Continue now with the Amidah, which begins over here on page 46. Once again, this is a spot where one would stand. So it is up to you in your home choice to be standing or sitting. We continue 46 with the Amidah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, V'zocher Haseavot ve'imahot, U'mevii Geula livnei b'nei Ham, Leman Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav lehoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel hayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Tomech noflim verofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayeh emunato, Lishenei afar, Micha kamocha bal geburot umido melech melech meimit umechaye umatzmiach Yeshua v'neman ata lehayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh ukdoshim b'chol yom yehalalu hasela Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
We take some time now for our own silent prayers, thoughts, and meditations. I will leaf through the virtual book here on the screen if you would like to look looking at that, or of course at your own book. We'll go from here, page 52 until page 62. We're continuing here on the bottom of page 62.
Oh, Aseh Shalom Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
That's Jagoda, right? She's so good. Just has that nice vibe to it, you know? Has that like nice flow and vibe to it. I don't know. It's just nice. Don't you think? I think so. You know. What do I know? But okay. So friends, I want to talk to you this early evening about the flux capacitor. So anyone out there know what the flux capacitor is? Flux capacitor? Flux capacitor, nice. Sarah, you know what the flux capacitor is? I am shocked. Peter guessing for sure. I am, wow.
I had two brothers growing up, and one of whom was obsessed. Period.
Obsessed. Okay. All right. Good. Well, then, obsessed. Okay. Well, then, okay. So the flux capacitor, as you know, is what makes time travel possible. It is a thing that does it. And if you know the movie well, Doc Brown, who is the professor, right, who discovers this, has a vision. He hits his head, and when he kind of comes to, he sees this picture of the flux capacitor, and he has this vision of what it looks like. And then he spends his sort of life doing other scientific experiments, ultimately putting together the DeLorean time machine based on the flux capacitor from this vision he has when he bangs his head. Right. So this is where time travel comes from. So he has this great vision, and you know, we have visions. Maybe it's not from banging our heads and picturing time machines and flux capacitors, but we have these dreams, we have these visions as well that we really try to focus on. But my question is, do we ever sort of follow through on these visions? We have this vision of what we want to be doing. We have this vision of what we want to aspire to be, but do we actually, no matter what, do we follow through with them, or do they sort of get a little cloudy and we sort of, you know, forget to do it? And do we choose to follow through with it? Can we maintain it? That's the question. That's the question I have for all of us, because, you know, visions are good, but can we sort of keep them going just like Doc Brown does? Because otherwise we wouldn't have time travel like we have now. Wouldn't that be great if we had time travel? Whew. Get a lot more Lysol wipes. Okay, anyway, so we have this idea of this vision. And by the way, the Shabbat not only is the Shabbat of the first Torah portion of the last book of the Torah, Devarim, but it is also a special Shabbat called Shabbat Chazon. And Chazon means vision. It comes, actually gets that name from the prophet Isaiah. Isaiah has this vision, and he has this vision. And the vision is, by the way, that something is going to happen to the temple. Something bad's going to happen to the temple eventually, which it does. It falls. It actually falls 2 times. First time it falls by the Babylonians, good job. And the second time by the Romans, excellent, good. So they fall both times, believe it or not, on the same day. I mean, years and years apart. The first one falls 586 BCE before 0. The second one falls 70 CE after 0. So big time span, but the same day. Can you believe it? Like, how does that happen? Then on the 9th day of the month of Av, it happens. The 9th day of month of Av, he has this vision, bad stuff's going to happen. And because of that, the 9th of Av, which is coming up, by the way, starts on Tuesday night and heads it's all day Wednesday, becomes this like sort of tragic day in traditional Judaism. We're supposed to fast. It's almost like we're mourning. We're supposed to fast. We're supposed to even wear sackcloth and ashes and sit on the floor and all that stuff. It's really this terrible, it's this lament. You're actually supposed to read the book of Lamentations because you're supposed to be lamenting. It's a really bad scene, all because of this vision, and ultimately that the temples fall. Remember, 1 by the Babylonians, 2 by the Romans. And so it's this it's very sad day. But here we are, and we did this very uplifting service on purpose. And we could have done sort of a melancholy, slow service because it would fit maybe a little better into not only how our moods might be, because we're trapped in our homes and the numbers are bad out there, and we're trying to figure out what to do with this mess, with this virus, any of these things, and particularly with the 9th of Av, we really could have had this melancholy service, but we decided to flip it. We decided to say, you know what, no, let's find the joy in all of this, even amidst the sadness. And I'll tell you what, the Jewish people do the same thing. That even though the 9th of Av, which is coming up again Tuesday night into Wednesday, we flip it. We make a decision that we are not going to just live in this lament. We do for a while, but then we find a way, and look, the Jewish people, look at us, pretty fabulous. And so there is this moment, this sort of transition moment that we have to really, I think, hold on to and grasp onto, that Isaiah helps us. Isaiah helps us to identify sort of the sadness, but also if you read the rest of the book of Isaiah, it's really one book, but some people say it's 2 books or maybe even 3 books. Conversation for some other time. However, yeah, I will tell you that in Isaiah, there's this beautiful part, because once you get to chapter 40, by the way, of Isaiah, Isaiah transitions and has different visions, because we can make that transference as well. So this vision that he has is this vision that we should hold on to also. The vision isn't a short range vision, it's a long range vision. It is one that doesn't just happen bloop, like a little blip. It's something that that he works on and that we can work on, and that we can continue these goals. So if you have these visions and you have these goals, what we learn from Isaiah, I think, and this moment is, don't let go of them. Don't ever let go of them, because that's what you should be doing. Don't let go of this vision that you have. Yes, it's a little cheeky, right? That Doc Brown doesn't, and so he builds a time machine. That just gets us to the point here. But the point is that our own visions are sacred, and we have to take care of them, and we have to make sure that they are fulfilled. That is what we have to do. And by the way, if you don't want to do it by yourself, you don't have to, because you got a bunch of us to do it. Even though we're trapped behind these screens, soon, God willing, we'll be able to actually be together other than this way, and really help us to make those visions come true with the support of everyone else. So yes, sad day, but if we flip it, we get to sort of look at things differently again. So we're not building the time machine. We're not trying to prove that time travel is possible, but we are holding on to this vision, just like Isaiah teaches us. And so, like I said, there are lots of things that are going on around us, but on this Shabbat, I would like for us to remember the vision, remember our own visions. And let's not let our visions become sort of subdued and not this like aspirational thing. Don't let them get tarnished. That's the idea of the Shabbat. Don't let our visions become tarnished, and let's not let any of our visions become eclipsed by any of our visions that we have. So may you have wonderful visions on this Shabbat, even though it's mixed. And I hope you have a beautiful Shabbat doing that without the flux capacitor. That's up to you. Shabbat Shalom. We are going to transition now to Misha Berach, an opportunity for us to continue to think of those in our community who are in need of healing, a physical, emotional, a spiritual healing. I'm going to find the page for us and put it back up here onto the screen so that we can see Misha Berach clearly. Almost there. Here we go. I'll put this back on the screen for us. I will share this, and then we can continue with Mishaberach up here on our screen on page 253. In our community, we are thinking of a whole bunch of people. I will share their names, and then please feel free to share their names also in the chat if you're going to add names to this list of Deborah Benson, Alvin Yarkin, Charlotte Kammer, Richard Levine, Nicole McKevitt, Nicole Kingen, Michelle Kingen, Karen Silver, Sheila Butler, Carol Porwich, Michelle Ovard, Elliot Porwich, Chava Lea, but Esther, Rachel Glatt, Josh Bernstein, Margot Engel, David Schwartz, Casey Rosenmeyer, Marcia Schiller Silverstein, Elvira Chavez, Gary Bandel, Victoria Athis, Chana Rachel Bat Dvora, Baruch Ben Pnina, Shelby Cabin, Thelma Fisher, Howard Kleinberg, Elliot Kleinberg, Hannah Zagel, Naomi Kirstein, Lori Chazen Hurwitz, Michael Zoll, Ben Evans, Tammy Shestak Lipsky, Claire Weiss, Linda Freilich, Heshi Glatt, Richard Stransky, Shachar Karen, Marjorie Frankel, Alex Sanchez, Deborah Israel, Jerry Butwin, Robert Scheinberg, Mordechai Yehuda, Ben Itta, Zvi Herschel, Shai Ben Gittel, Danielle Seltzer, Harvey Merenstein, Kathy Kaufman, Marlene Pollock, Gerald Goldberger, Marilyn Blyden, Norma Freil, Julie Miller, Elsa Camus, Rana Young, Ken Tankus, Spartan Weissman, Jacob Bootsy, Irene Alpert. To those names again, please add the names to the chat on your screen as we continue with Mishaberach 253.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Couple of brief announcements coming up this week. We still have our last week of some adult virtual classes. We have a whole bunch of cool array of things. Go to our website. There are all kinds of things for. There's some chess games that you can do for kids. There's there's this tech teens thing. So if you need some help with your technology, there are a bunch of teenagers who are around who you want to talk about any sort of technological device. You can have my son, actually, he's very good at it. But there's a whole list of them. And like I said, there's some teachings. We have some good adult learning that's coming up. And so just check the website. A million things that are coming up. Of course, we're just hoping that sometime soon, God willing, we can be back in our sanctuary and not be doing services this way. So with that, any other announcements? Sarale, do we have anything else? No?
Join us tomorrow at 9 a.m.
9
for
a.m.
more Shabbat. It will be Sarah and the Little Freudenbergers along with Rabbi Silvers.
Yes. Yes. We're going to continue to conclude. We're going to begin to conclude our service now with Aleinu. That's on page 282. If you're following along, I will bring that up over here on our virtual Siddur. Once again, this is one of those prayers where we stand. So if you wish to do so in your home, this would be the time. And if not, you can stay seated. Here we go, 282.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkinu kahem, vegoralinu kehol hamonam, vanachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We transition now to Kaddish Yatom, to Mourner's Kaddish. We mourn the loss of our member, Dr. Eugene Rosenberg, father of Mark Rosenberg, brother of Bonnie Rosenberg, and uncle and great uncle to his great nieces and nephews. Also in the period of Shiva, the immediate 7-day mourning period, we think of Dennis Blyden. And in the period of Shloshim, the immediate 30-day mourning period, we think of Elaine Kligman and Michael Jupiter. We also, of course, think of the yard sites that occur for us on this Shabbat: Philip Milton Bloom, Harry Dubman, Robert Dworkin, May Finlay, Ann Hoffer, Isaac Honig, Vicky Jackson, Sonia Jasanoff, Dolores Karnowski, Ethel Kirstein, Teresa Lenarelli, Morton Levine, Bruno Lowenberg, Stanley Marcus, Henry Nathan, Harry Pearl, Lester Rossler, Edith Scharf, William Schimmel, Sylvia Seltzer, Betty Silverman, Lawrence Sloan. To those names, again, if you'd like to add onto our chat, please share their names at this time. We continue with Mourner's Kaddish 294. יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה, ועמד יברח חיותי והמליך מלכותי, וחייכון ויומייכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel. As together we say, Amen. We are going to conclude our service with a very festive Adon Olam. It's an unfair advantage for Peter because he actually has a trombone, but you'll see that the way the music works in this is really anyone can have a trombone. So I invite all of you in your homes to find your real trombone, if you have one, by the way, which would be amazing, or your air trombone, which is also good, to continue now with Adon Olam on page 321.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Leitnasa, V'Hefzokol. Azay Melech Shemo Nivra, Adon Olam, Ve'acharei Kichot HaKol, Levado Yimlok Nara, Adon Olam, Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hoveh, Ve'hu Yiyeh V'Tifara, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Leitnasa, V'Hefzokol. Azay Melech Shemo Nivra, Adon Olam, Ve'hu Echad, Ve'ein Sheni, Lehamshelo Lehachzira, Adon Olam, V'li Reishis, V'li Tachlis, Ve'lo Ha'oza HaMitzvah, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Leitnasa, V'Hefzokol. Azay Melech Shemo Nivra, Adon Olam, Ve'hu Eli, V'chai Goali, V'tzorchet li V'etzara, Adon Olam, Ve'hu Nisi, U'manos li, V'nafkusi V'yom Mikra, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Leitnasa, V'Hefzokol. Azay Melech Shemo Nivra, Adon Olam, B'yado Afid Rufi, Beiti Shana Yira, Adon Olam, Ve'im Rufi Giviyati, Adonai li v'lo ira, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Leitnasa, V'Hefzokol. Azay Melech Shemo Nivra, Adon Olam.
What a fun trombone-ish way to end. So great. So great. Adonai oz la'amo yiten, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. May God give strength unto our people. Continue to bless us with hope and strength and love and peace and health. Have a wonderful Shabbat, everybody. Hope it's relaxing. Hope you have lots of good and positive visions for what we want to be doing, and hopefully good visions of what we will be doing once we get out of this big mess. So Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.